Matt DeFlorin, senior defenseman from Cottage Grove, Minnesota.
Max Kerrigan, sophomore forward, Waukesha, Wisconsin.
Eric Vila, freshman goalie from Wisconsin.
Andrew Severson, junior defenseman from Waukesha, Wisconsin.
Caden Paisley, sophomore forward, New Berlin, Wisconsin.
Derek Betts, sophomore forward, West Salem, Wisconsin.
All right. Brett Leshner, freshman forward, Janesville, Wisconsin.
Luke Whitlow, junior forward, Waukesha, Wisconsin.
Thank you.
Ethan Leidinger, junior forward, Waukesha, Wisconsin.
Tony Grandprix, senior goalie, Beaverton, Wisconsin.
Evan Falk, sophomore forward, Madison, Wisconsin.
Dave Schmidt, freshman goaltender from Appleton, Wisconsin.
Jack Slater, freshman forward, Cedarburg, Wisconsin.
Josh Knudsen, senior forward, Forest, Wisconsin.
Thank you. Tyler Beckman, junior forward, Appleton, Wisconsin.
Thank you.
Quincy Berg, junior defenseman from Twin Lakes.
Joe Steinhilbert, sophomore defenseman, Wisconsin Rapids, Wisconsin.
Okay.
Joey Wirespoon, junior, Jerome, Wisconsin.
Thank you.
Ryan Regans, junior forward from Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
I'm Corey Chaff, I'm a junior forward and I'm from Franklin High School. Matt Bride, senior forward, Marinette, Wisconsin.
Mark Ponto, defense, Appleton, Wisconsin.
Manny Koenig, senior offenseman from Florida, Wisconsin.
Hello, my name is Jared Deli, senior defenseman from Oshkosh, Wisconsin.
I'm Jason Atkinson, defender from Monroe, Wisconsin, and I am a freshman.
Hi, I'm Brian Osmond, and I'm here with the head coach of the Oshkosh Titans, Tom Breunig, and one of the senior defensemen and the captain, Jared Deli. And so where did you guys idolize growing up?
Growing up playing hockey here in town, kind of started the sport. I was on one of the first Bantam teams growing up. It was a new sport and didn't know a whole lot about it. Actually began playing pond hockey in the neighborhood. And it's nice to see the sport growing here in town. Who I idolized, per se, no one in the family really played. Brian, it's hard to say who I idolized, but I've learned a lot along the way.
I would say I grew up playing in Sun Prairie, Wisconsin, down by Madison. I grew up being a goaltender most of my life, so I idolized all the great goalies, but being a fan of the Washington Capitals, I think Don Beaupre was probably my favorite goaltender, and then probably Eli Frady too. He had some nice hair playing hockey and had a wicked slap shot.
All right. So what does the start of the ACHA season mean to you?
Well, the start of the ACHA season is always exciting. Being new in the organization, which is a national organization, we're new again. We don't really know much about many teams, so it's so exciting coming out, playing these teams, some for the second time, some for the first, and really getting our feet wet. So again, just a real exciting moment every fall.
As a coach, I think the start of the ACHA season, especially with this being our first full season, really just a lot of excitement to go out and prove ourselves. As a young team, you got to play some of the better teams. You got to, take your lumps as you go throughout the season. But I think especially this year, I was really excited to show what our team had to offer, especially being very young. And I think a lot of the teams that we've played, we've earned their respect just based on the level of talent that we have so early in our program's history.
And did you have anything that you prepared for, like different this season versus other seasons? Anything different that you wanted to do?
From the coaching aspect, we put together a playbook for the guys. So, we wanted them to be able to see specifically the systems that we wanted to run. We wanted them to be mapped out so they had a guide to kind of go back to, kind of like a study guide in college, that they could see what we wanted to run, why we wanted to run it, and then how to run it as well. And that was something that was new. We also put in their expectations, kind of the main philosophies that we wanted to run as a team. So those were some of the big things from the coaching aspect.
Again, Brian, from the players' aspect, what's different about club hockey than high school hockey is finding balance between studies and the sport aspect, and also many of our players work part-time jobs. So we practice once a week, which makes it nice, and time management is definitely key. So coming into the fall, being prepared physically but also mentally is important to find a balance and get everything done that you need to do.
And when you start the games and you're playing these opponents, that being at your second year playing those opponents, have you done anything different to face these opponents and learn from them?
Well, as a player's aspect, as a second-year program even, it's nice knowing what to expect. St. Norbert's had quite a few returning players, quite a few that left, but we knew going in, and we had more confidence knowing exactly that. For example, St. Norbert's, we went 1-1 with them last year. We came back and we split with them again, and that was the expectation. The expectation now was not, let's play this team, it's let's beat this team, and we're meeting those expectations.
And I would say, again, on a coaching standpoint, knowing what the team has to offer, knowing what our expectations are in those games too. From playing last year against Milwaukee that they aren't the strongest of teams, so we knew going into that was going to be a very system-focused game, because if you just let the players do whatever they want, they can get away from the good habits we're trying to build. So that's a good game to work on the specific system things that we want to see. And then from playing teams like Northern Michigan and St. Norbert's, playing those teams again, we know what to expect. We know they're going to come hard. We know that we have to be at our best. So it's making sure that the players can come ready to play, as Jared said, but also from a coaching aspect, making sure that we have our players ready to go as well.
Mm-hmm. And being that it is a fairly new program, this being its second year, what drew you here from Arkansas?
Well, originally being from Sun Prairie, I did my undergrad at Oshkosh, and had my first full-time job in higher education at Oshkosh. So when things didn't work out in Arkansas, it was natural for me to come back to the one place I knew and knew people and could hopefully help get me a job. And the timing really just worked out. Jared and I knew each other from the adult hockey days, and when I came back, I had the experience working with Arkansas's club hockey team. Jared had all the connections to get the guys going, and we sat down and talked. All right, do we want to make this happen? Why do we want to make it happen? Everything kind of melded, and we just kind of went from there. So really the whole coaching opportunity was more by chance and by being in the right place at the right time than anything else.
That's great. And what are some major differences you faced here versus Arkansas?
I don't think there were a lot of differences. It was nice being at Arkansas. They were transitioning from where we are as a club now to being a national contender. So I was able to see how they were able to do that and really kind of make their focus on being a highly competitive team. I was able to see how they recruited, those kind of things. The major difference is the type of school that we are. UWO Oshkosh is a regional institution. Arkansas was a Research One institution. So it's not that the type of student coming in is different, but the resources that students have are a little different. So we're here, as Jared said, a lot of our players need to have part-time jobs to pay the bills. At Arkansas, they were able to have mom and dad take care of the bills. So that was a big difference. Ice time is a whole heck of a lot different. Down there, they could name when and where they wanted to practice, and they had ice. We're up here, we have to compete, but I think everything's worked out for us, and we're slowly but surely getting to the point where Arkansas is.
And the Oshkosh program has obviously came a long way in just 2 years. What are some of the major differences you want to make from the first season this year as far as like off ice and on ice, as far as like preparations go and stuff like that.